It's another edition of Checking In with Hein and Johnny, where the hosts bring in mystery topics that neither host knows anything about until the mics go hot and on the air. We are the show that keeps the host from talking about the weather and World War II 24 hours a day. Hey, Heine, man, what's on your mind?
As you can see, Henry is not here. He found out that in Borneo, the pygmy elephants were being driven off by the oil and gas industry. He could not stomach that and leapt to help. So we bring in the awesome Jake. Yes, Jake.
All right. Hey, how are you? Yeah, quite a 180.
Jake.
Typically, he sides with oil and gas, so that was a real shock to hear him sticking up to for once. But we wish him well, and I think oil and gas will win.
I know developers well enough they will grease the right palms, and the pygmy elephants,
It's
they will
okay.
be axed. It's all,
Well,
hey, it's Southeast Asia.
come
Plus, Henry's the moral backbone of the show. I am not. I am the cynical, evil one. So, Jake, you even have Pesto. Show
we
that
got
adorable
joined to you by
Pesto.
Pesto. Yep, he is licking my leg, and
As he
yep,
should.
getting his salt fixings for the day, so that'll be good.
Pesto gets better ratings than Henry and I, so I want you to know Pesto is always welcome on camera.
Okay,
I
great.
love it. Well, Jake, I need to find out, have you had any near-death experiences yet?
How close to death? I was pushed on a rock. Well, I kind of fell playing as a kid and I hit my temple. And that was close. If it was a little more, I think closer to the eye, would have been lights out. I also stopped. I got stopped at a stoplight. It was kind of one of those decisions do I go through or not? I did not. And I would have been T-boned by a police chase coming through.
That's sweet.
It was pretty cool to see. Yeah. And it was like, oh man, glad I stopped. But
It's
otherwise,
that clean living. That
yeah.
clean living.
Yeah.
Your
Otherwise,
chakra was in the right groove, and it sensed that you needed to stay alive.
it did. I wasn't in a hurry that day. Typically I kind of would been, but no, otherwise not really. How about you? Or I guess how does that fit into the show?
But it doesn't fit in at all. Most people complain that the pod has no subject or good themes, and we honor that. The only near-death experience I had is on an airplane flying from Florida to California. They served corn. One piece of corn got in my lungs, and I thought that was it. I got
Wow,
closer than
okay.
ever. My body thought I was being drowned in vegetables, and it closed
Just
up, and I thought that would be it. But
that's great.
like you, a police chase came through the aisle, distracted my lungs. They let me breathe.
Okay,
Here I
good.
am. Here I am today, loving Charlie and Pesto.
Okay, great.
One thing we really wanted to touch on,
Okay.
because once in a while, your kids pop in for guest appearances. I will tell
know it.
you, your daughter and your mom can be on Austin Powers as a mini-me duo. They
Yeah,
are adorably similar. We love that.
that's true. Yeah,
I love it.
no question, who she gets her looks from.
I know.
We were pretty surprised. Our son looks so much like my wife, Lyric, who may or may not have made it, who really looks kind of dark white, headed towards Italian. She's
Nice.
second generation Italian. We kind of figured it'd be a little more of that complexion. So it was great to see the great reshuffling of the genes. And
We
yeah, she
love
looks great.
genes.
Yeah.
I love it. It makes our heart so happy when we see that. Okay, you don't have the problem with corn and rice and passing out with those two items, do you? Have you ever had
No.
nothing like that? How about
Uh,
chocolate? When you eat chocolate, does it make you wheeze?
no. If you're describing allergies, I don't think I have any known.
Really?
But
Not one?
yes. I don't know. The jury's out on bees. It's been a while since I've been stung. Uh, for the most part, allergy free.
I don't like wasps at all, but bees don't
Mm-hmm.
bother me. Bees are just fine in my book.
Sure.
They're happy. I like them. So, have you been to sporting events with your dad, and he suggested you leave early before the end of the event?
Yeah, he would have to beat me to it. I am a big, once we kind of know the direction of the game, it's time to go. We left a football game here in New Mexico. It's either a football or it might have been a baseball game. So I'd be quiet. Your sister's sleeping.
Harley.
And yeah, they snuck by. We, we left and we listened to it on the radio on the way home, and it ended up being a really great game. We stayed at an Isotopes game, go Topes, and I
Go
think it went
Topes.
like 14 innings. I mean, it was the longest game, and should have left. Ultimately, it's going to get settled at some point. But that one we stayed too long. Typically, I'm a beat the traffic. I think once you're used to like overheating in a car, and you just got to get out of there. If it's ever happened to you once, it's permanently ingrained.
100%. I am completely on your side as well. We would go to games at Qualcomm Stadium that was in San Diego, and there I swear was one road out. So
Yeah.
if you left on time or the Rolling Stones played the encore and you got in your car, it was 3 hours, 3 straight hours to get out of the parking lot.
Yep. 1 second. 1 second. I'm getting the communication from back home. One
It's
second.
good.
Yep.
We're
One
hoping it's
second.
good.
It's
Oh, take your
good.
time.
All right. All right. Am I still on?
It's
There we
it
go.
shows you now. Love
There we
it.
go. Good. Back in. Back in. Uh,
And is it happy news we're hoping?
It's happy news. I was asked if I
Oh
needed
man.
anything on the way home, so I loaded a lyric up with requests, and we're looking good. Now she wants a picture of the grocery list on the fridge. She's gonna have to live without it. Yeah, I no, I'm an event. I'm a lever earlier of events. Every concert I've been to, I'm hearing the big hits as I'm walking to the parking lot. You can still see them,
Absolutely.
sorta. I actually, yeah, very much so. That's my MO.
I agree. 100%. I have never had I hate be sitting in the traffic. And you definitely can find the end of the game on the radio. So I
Sure.
am completely guilty. I am shamed by everyone that I know for doing that. But did you end up being a big University of Utah fan like your dad is?
I am not even really a fan of my own alma mater, the Lobos. Uh,
Really?
yeah, I don't know. I didn't get bitten by the sports bug.
Nice.
I'm sort of LSU fan by relation, by through marriage.
Nice.
University of Utah's just fine. I will watch sports, and whoever the underdog is, I'm rooting for them.
You're voting for them. I
Voting
love
for
it.
them. Yep, yep. Found
I
myself
love it.
for whoever Russell Wilson plays for. Don't even remember. I think it was the Giants, but I was
He
pulling
is
for him hard.
he is absolutely benched on the Giants. Yeah, he
Yeah,
is
I
benched on
watched
the
his
Giants.
last game against
You
the Chiefs.
probably
Maybe.
probably watched his last game as a starter. But he's a
Yeah,
great guy. He goes to New York Yankee spring games, and he is just loved by one and all. He's a nice guy.
cool.
All
Yeah, it
right.
was great to watch. He was asleep on the field. Both teams really struggled, and
Sleep on the field. He was in a nap like state, which
sure,
is problematic in
probably
a
since
sporting event.
2019. I watched that one before Dad shipped off to where was it?
Borneo,
Borneo. Yeah,
Borneo
yeah.
this week.
Yep, we watched that one together on Sunday. It was great.
Nice. That's great. I need my Heine time. So when he is in Borneo helping the underprivileged, I need my Heine vitamin.
Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back and ready to podcast soon.
He'll be back soon.
Yep.
Once he puts that last nail in the roof and fixes the soffit, he'll be back.
Yep.
So I hear through the grapevine that 85% of males think they could land a plane in an emergency. How about you?
Absolutely. Yep. I've heard a similar statistic. I've asked around myself, and everybody that I have asked believes that they can do it.
100%. Now,
Yeah,
who
no
are the
question.
15% that don't think they can do it? Oh, oh, I might die doing it, but I believe I can do
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah. They're the weak beta male. There's probably probably even a greater percentage, but yeah, nobody in my circle is going to back down from that challenge.
No, if I'm in a small plane and that pilot gets shot by the felon that he is taking to prison, I'm going to I'll move the body out. I'll throw it out the door. I will jump in and start trying. Give me a couple, two or three good pedal pushes, and I'll at least give it a good college try. I love it.
All right.
All right, more
One
messages.
second.
No worries.
All right, and I'm going to be back on. All right, I just had to tell her, hey, I'm on the pod. So
I'm
there
podding.
I'm locked in, locked in.
I'm pod light.
Yep, I believe I could do a 737, certainly a 707. I'm talking big planes.
Yeah,
I've seen airplane enough. I know that they're drunk half the time anyway, so I think of it that's with a little bit of coaching.
how do you know you're the John Travolta of this podcast because you know your sizes properly? How are you slightly interested in aviation?
I have been known to be, a little bit of a nervous flyer. I had a
Oh,
period of nervous flying. I'd say I'm pulling out of it, but that you end up kind of researching the planes because you figure out what you like and don't like.
nice.
You fly on, I was flying on these dumpy little jets to Bismarck, North Dakota. I mean, I was on some pretty shitty flights, excuse my language. I ended up, studying a little bit. I actually, with Charlie, we went to the air races this year. They're hosted in Roswell, New
Nice.
Mexico. That was awesome. So I would say I'm getting, aviation adjacent.
That's nice. It
Yeah.
is a fantastically great adjacent hobby. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Study
there's
from afar.
what I really, of course, wish I could do. Of course, I have to murder my wife first, but I want to fly one of those ultralights where it's just a lawnmower engine and
Hmm.
wings, and you just fly and your feet are just dangling underneath you. That's what I want to do. But she has told me many times, you will be dead before you do it, or I will be dead. So hopefully she's dead before I am, and I can fly an ultralight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any
You never know.
temptation? Any temptation for you to do any of the should we say, Red Bull type sports, really super adrenaline sports?
Certainly not.
Well,
There was some soapbox racing. I think I've seen some Red Bull like extreme sort of
soapbox, they're
gravity soapbox.
hilarious. They
That's
are
probably
hilarious.
that's probably okay. I had a lunch at the grocery store and we watched the motocross
Yeah,
championships. That was great. And BMX. It was BMX and motocross and that looked pretty good. They took some big falls.
they're insane. Yeah,
Yeah, they
they're
took.
insane.
I don't think that would fare well. Anything like.
Oh, what I love the most is you took a ton of time. You're like, yeah, no, no, it
Well, I
is
had to run. I
not
had to
even
find one.
close.
To find one that was close. My favorite was a dude flew through a tunnel in an airplane. I don't know exactly which one, but it was probably three-quarters of a mile. You're watching it and you don't actually think much of it, but without landing gear, went in the
Yeah,
tunnel. It's tight. He's togging both lanes. That was very impressive.
tense
Yeah.
for sure. You've been diving with your family though, scuba diving, haven't you?
Not proper scuba. I've done
Just a
snorkeling,
little
little
snorkeling.
paddling off the beach. Nothing, I'm not certified or anything like that.
I love that. Favorite story in the last month is somebody robbed a restaurant in Florida in full scuba gear and then went back in the water and got away successfully. So
Nice.
scuba certifications can help you in felony situations.
I'd probably get away with it.
That's a
You know,
great
I think
way.
you could get. I think you could do a heist. I think on docks where the big boats are, they're pretty unsecure. The boats are. You know,
Boats are definitely.
getting into the dock is a bit of a challenge. But I think a little scuba up to the boat, hop in, and sell it on the on the black market. You got to watch out from
Absolutely.
the aerial attacks that are coming
Yeah.
in, blowing up Venezuelan boats. So it's not. It's getting a little less lucrative, but still pretty good.
Piracy is very tempting, but you
How
you
about
might.
would you go do the Russian excursion to hunt Somalian pirates? Have you heard about that?
I would not, and I didn't even have to think about that. I don't think I want to shoot any humans or their land crafts or watercrafts. No, I don't.
Would you
I do
shoot
not
at
like
them
that. Man, no, I
if
don't.
other people? Yeah, they're pirates.
They are totally. I'm the captain now. That's a great movie, but I don't think I want to kill the pirates. Do you want to kill the
No,
pirates?
I don't. I don't think so. I think if they were, pretend pirate, I don't know how close you can get to that situation without actually hurting anyone. There's something cool about shooting grenade because they have grenade launchers.
Oh man,
Maybe if they were like unmanned boats, that would be good. Or maybe with
yeah, where
some of the Tesla robots.
you shoot stuff and blow stuff up. That's
Sure.
very manly.
Yeah.
I
Plus
love that.
boat, plus whale watching.
I have a bone to pick with whale watching. What it really should be called is getting sick on a boat because we never saw. This is what we saw. The captain would be going along and go, "Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? He crested," and we wouldn't see
200 yards
anything.
away.
We
Yeah.
would see nothing. We must have gone whale watching 4 years in a row in Southern California. Never even sniffed a whale bone, and it was
Mm,
horrible. One time, it was on 6 foot choppy seas. It was
God.
terrible. Dolphins are adorable,
Dolphins are
and then
great.
we saw lots of dolphins. But whale watching, it's a scam. It's
It's
a
a
scam.
barf situation. I've had pretty good luck. Almost enough to justify the barf. We saw not a blue whale, but
This
a couple
close.
notches down. Yeah, a couple notches down. I think it was a right whale or one of
Nice.
them. It was neat. It's like seeing a semi truck in the water coming
That's
out.
awesome.
That was impressive.
I have never
Uh,
seen that.
yeah, that was a real treat. There's a lot to sacrifice in
There's
that situation.
Yes, that is definitely one of the side effects. Now, did your nervous flying, did that happen early or did it happen as you flew more and more?
Probably as I flew more and more, I went
Interesting.
up until about 23 or 4, not ever thinking about
No
it.
problem.
And then I started traveling for work, and I might have been paired with kind of this crazy schedule. I was doing audits of tribal governments, and so every week I'd be flying to another reservation, essentially, all throughout sort of the Midwest to Southwest, like
Wow.
rural Montana, North Dakota, a lot in Arizona, just around. One trip, I flew there, didn't think anything about it. Everything was great. Flew home the next Monday. I had another flight out. I was freaking out, couldn't
How's
control
that?
myself. And after that, from there until I don't know, a couple years ago, really, really dreaded flying. Now I don't think much of it. Every now and again, it'll.
That's common. I have bumped into a lot of people, and a lot of people have said flying, nervous flying, and claustrophobia creeps up on
Mhm.
them, and they're neither of those for quite a long time. They never have the. It's interesting. So
you know, re-
I
relative to what humans have been doing, it's insane. You're going 500 miles an hour, 30,000 feet in the air in a little germ tube. I
in a
think
COVID test tube.
I think it's, I think to not think anything of it is like you're a sociopath. I think,
Probably. And I am. So
sure. And so is
which
my dad who can't stay awake through the opening credits of the flight. something wrong with him too.
100% that there's something wrong with the two of us. And tell me this, if you have twins, what is Lyric going to name them? Do you have any idea what your future imaginary twins will be named?
Oh boy, that's a situation I have not prepared myself for. She wants more children. I'm like, golly, they're, you sure? To get hit with a dose of twins. I mean, it's going to be coming from a movie, maybe Walker, Texas Ranger. Are they boy, girl?
Ooh,
Uh,
I was going to let Lyric choose this for
yeah,
this podcast. I was going to let her choose. So it would be Walker and Texas. Texas, get in here. Quit waking up
yeah.
Walker.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I can't even imagine that. We just to name our kids. Our son was easy because it's her grandfather is a great guy. Georgia, to name her, we went through maybe 200 names each, just sort
Wow,
of rattling them off, and then all of a sudden
that's good.
somebody suggested Georgia, and it's like, oh, okay, that one.
And there's a bunch of songs. Everybody loves Georgia. Everybody loves Georgia.
It's a very very popular name. Yeah, naming kids is I don't know what it's like to be pregnant, but it's probably harder than the pregnancy itself.
It is. It
Just
takes
coming
a
up with a
very long
name.
time. Yep. It
Mhm.
takes a very long time. I enjoy Connor and Jake as first names. We like that quite a bit. We
Yeah.
tell
Well,
Henry that
Johnny and Keeper.
yeah, we tell Henry my great grandson is named after him, and he beams that it's someone's named after. He does this
Yeah,
when we tell him that.
maybe the twins would be named Henry and Chris, just to shock them. My mom would not take that well. She would be oddly offended by it.
I want to beat that. I love that. With that, Jake, you have been a delight. We will see you next week. Bye bye.
Thanks for listening to Checking In with Hein and Johnny. You can follow all things Hein and Johnny by subscribing to Checking In with Hein and Johnny anywhere you listen to podcasts. Checking In with Heine and Johnny is sponsored by Conveyors and Equipment. They supply, design, and service all types of conveyors, belting, and material handling equipment since 1972. With 3 locations to serve you, Salt Lake City, Albuquerque, and El Paso. Find them on the web at conveyequip.com. That's ConveyeEquip.com.